trouble for blocking my best friend on social media after they disinvited me to their wedding.
Ooh, I mean, that kind of hurts.
My heart cries.
And this is to answer the question of when is it necessary to confront a friend? I think when they disinvite you.
Ouch.
So Danny Watson, 22, says, I, 27 female, and my best friend, 26 female, have been friends since year 8 in school, which is over 15 years of friendship. It's a lot. We were very close. As teenagers, we would spend every day hanging out at each other's houses, having sleepovers, etc. We were pretty much inseparable. In year 10, when I was 15 years old, my family and I moved to another town about 3 hours away. However, best friend and I remained close and would talk to each other all the time. We did sometimes meet up and go and visit each other over the weekends. In time, we drifted a little, but we always kept in contact and stayed close, even if we didn't talk every day. Best friend has been with the same guy since I moved. They went to Spain for the first ever holiday together. When they arrived home, best friend told me her boyfriend had proposed.
Oh, snap-a-doodle-doo.
I was absolutely over the moon for them. She was so excited and asked me to be her bridesmaid. Wow.
Whoa.
She explained she was not going to be having a maid of honor as she couldn't choose between her best friend and her sister, so she would have all of us be her bridesmaids, which I was so ecstatic for.
I was about to say, like, why not maid of honor? I think you need to choose.
I think you need to choose who your favorite is.
Yeah. And it's
I'm your bridesmaid now.
Mm-hmm.
I explained to best friend that I would be more than happy to help her with any planning for the wedding, and she seemed thankful but explained that they needed to save some money for a couple of years first, which I agreed, and we moved forward with life. Over the few years after the engagement, she would regularly check in and ask if I was still happy to be her bridesmaid, as they were soon going to start planning. Then COVID happened.
Ah, yes.
Which put a bit of a halt on the plans due to the fact that they did not want to do their wedding during the pandemic, but she carried on planning the wedding throughout. Once the pandemic had finally felt like it was blowing over and things were starting to get back to normal, my partner and I started making plans to move to Canada. We had always wanted to live in another country for a couple of years, so we started to put wheels in motion to make it happen. I informed best friend about our plans, and she asked if we would still be able to attend the wedding as it would be held in May of 2023. We were making plans for the move to take place in August of 2023, so we had more than enough time to attend. She didn't mention anything about being her bridesmaid, though, which confused me a little, as it's something she had always talked about up until this point. I assured her that we would be more than willing to make the trip down to my hometown to attend the wedding. She seemed thankful and happy. And even though she had not mentioned that I would be in attendance as bridesmaid, I was still excited to celebrate my best friend's big day.
Do we have an ICU in the comments right now?
I think I have an ICU.
Do we have an ICU? Do we have a conspiracy? Do we one level up? Do we have a conspiracy theory of what's happening?
I think that. Well, what do you think, actually?
It could be not Sophia stalling for time. It could be that maybe the groom, the fiance, is like, hey, I don't really like the friend, or maybe he's like, I like your friend a lot.
Ooh, I like your friend too much.
And she's like, ooh, I gotta like frickin' put a wall between you.
Maybe she's just starting to grow apart from her friend from this time away.
And she has maybe she has some like wackeries. I like
you're moving.
You're moving.
I don't accept any Canadians in my wedding.
You're moving, and I don't like that.
I don't like it. I'm angry.
That could be. That
You're
sounds pretty plausible.
Me. Yeah.
That sounds pretty plausible.
As the months passed and the wedding date started getting closer, I noticed that we still had not received an invite to the wedding.
Oh, not even an invite?
I thought it was just going to be like no bridesmaid.
That's what I thought too.
Uh-oh. So we still didn't know any details regarding the venue or the after party, nothing. We were told that the wedding would be held on a date near the end of May. However, one day I opened up Facebook and I saw lots of photos and many messages of congratulations for best friend and her new husband. That's so messed up.
Yo, what?
That's so messed up.
She just had the wedding.
Celtic Hit says distance makes the friendship weaker and bride didn't want to say anything. I understand that on the level of bridesmaid. Like, I don't want you to be my bridesmaid anymore. But one, communicate that. And two, I don't think I would ever disinvite someone from my wedding if it was just distance related stuff.
Yeah. Like,
Like, oh, we're not close anymore, but I already invited you to my wedding.
Even, and I guess, I think she's within, kind of feels a-holy even just to remove her as the bridesmaid.
I
but
think
I
it is
more.
a-hole-ish.
Yeah, a-hole-ish.
A-hole.
Yeah, I hate all this.
I hate all of this. This is so messed up.
This is bad.
This is so messed up. It's one thing to take away the bridesmaid title, but a whole nother thing to completely kick her out of the wedding altogether.
Correctamundo.
And then have the wedding and not even tell her.
Not even tell her.
Not even tell her.
What?
Messed up.
Duchess Cassandra says, pick up a phone.
Come on. We got so much technology around these days. I was confused as the photos were clearly of their wedding day, and they had friends and family in attendance.
Sorry to interrupt. Rebecca Perellis, bride quit the friendship. That's hilarious.
So true.
So true.
She just didn't tell anyone. I scrolled through the photos and noticed that she only had 2 bridesmaids. One of them was her husband's sister, and the other one was her own sister. At first glance, it looked like they were both just bridesmaids. But as I kept scrolling, I noticed that her husband's sister was wearing a sash with Maid of Honor written on it.
Ooh.
So she's a liar and a backstabber.
Liar!
And her sister was wearing a sash with bridesmaid written on it, as well as some photos of some personalized champagne glasses with the same titles written on them. I was confused as through all these years she had asked me if I would be a bridesmaid for her, and even though I did get the hint that that was no longer an offer, I did at least expect to be invited to the wedding. She was still my best friend, and in the time leading up to the wedding, she was still messaging me and talking to me like normal about the wedding and how the planning was going. That's wild.
I would like to update my conspiracy theory to the brother's sister was throwing a crazy hissy fit.
Ooh.
And she was like, I need to be the maid of honor and
I don't want your friend.
It should only be family. No, but because I was like, the wife is OP's friend.
Yeah.
Is OP's best friend.
Yeah.
So yeah, had to be her groom or the groom's sister.
Yeah.
I feel like
there's something fishy going on here. Leading up to the wedding, I hadn't had any confirmation from her regarding an invite or her confirming if I was coming or anything of the sort. Honestly, I think that if I knew it was coming up and I hadn't received an invite, but I knew I had been verbally invited, I probably would have reached out.
But OP never knew the date, right?
No, but she knew she knew around when the date was happening. I don't think it's OP's fault at all,
Right.
but I think if it were me, I think if I knew around the date that it was happening and it's, a couple months ahead or something, I think I would reach out and be like, hey, I don't know if the invitations were sent out, but I haven't received, I was wondering if I had already been invited verbally.
Yeah, no, I think that's
a
smart
I
thing
think
to
I
do.
would have reached out.
Good move.
I was hurt to not have been informed about any of this. I went on Facebook and I deleted her and her husband. It didn't take long for her to notice. I'd say within 3 to 4 hours, I had a message from her asking what my problem was and why I was so offended about that. I felt the need to remove her from Facebook.
She made it Facebook official. I don't F with you anymore. I don't F with you.
That's wild for her friend to respond, why are you upset?
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
Let's get on this mystery, Scoob.
Oh my God. That's so annoying. OP says, I have yet to respond. It's been a while since she messaged me, and to be honest, I don't feel like I have the words to explain why I removed her. I feel like that should be obvious, right? But I can't help but feel somewhat guilty for throwing away that many years of friendship over this. You didn't throw it away. She did. And OP says, so am I the a-hole? And edit, I was in town when her bachelorette party was taking place, which I was not aware of at the time. I asked if she wanted to hang out on that day, and she said she was busy. I then saw the photos from the bachelorette later on that evening. Youch.
I mean, yeah, the friend was the one who did all this stuff. And then it's like when someone wrongs you and hurts you to that degree, I don't know that you need to explain yourself or be the one that is trying to. We had a story recently that I thought was really cool where OP said to her partner, hey, if you want to fix this, I'm going to let you come to my place. You tell me what you're going to do. I am not going to drag you and carry you on. If OP
it's
responds,
not my responsibility.
Exactly.
It,
OP was the one that was wronged, and now it's being like put on appeal. Like, oh, we'll explain what's going on. Like, what are we doing here? It's like, no, it's not. If OP wants to move on from the friendship and just move on with her life, that is well within her right.
No, I think there are certain scenarios where I would advocate for the person explaining why they were hurt and having open lines of communication and everything. Mm-hmm. But in this case, if she doesn't know why you're upset, then that's just not your friend. Yeah. It's
like some cases we have where it's usually we say like, oh, if there's a problem in the relationship, go to therapy, go to counseling. But sometimes it's just like, no, just cut it.
Snip that.
Cut it out. All right, let's take a pause in the story. I got to talk about something.
Talk about it.
I've been called out.
By who?
By one Miss Jaybird on YouTube. And do you know what they said about me?
Tell me what they said.
They said, and I quote, John needs to use ZocDoc for his yawning. Do we not do long streams, Sophia?
John's been known to have the occasional yawn. Is that a crime?
I'm actually not tired. Look how I feel so energetic.
Yeah.
I think my brain just needs more oxygen to be able to converse and speculate and ideate in these conversations that we have on the show.
I agree.
But I do think I need to take Miss Jaybird up. You know what we need to do, Sophia?
Give me.
We need to use ZocDoc.
Use it or lose your life.
ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and choose the right one for your needs and click instantly to book an appointment.
We're talking about in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty. From mental health to dental health, eye care to skin care, and much more.
You can filter your doctors who take your insurance, who are located nearby, who are a good fit for any medical need that you might have, and who are highly rated by verified patients.
You can also see their actual appointment openings, choose a time that works for you, and click to instantly book a visit.
Plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast! Lickety-split. Typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking, you can even score some same-day appointments. It's pretty great, right?
It's pretty amazing.
Listen, Sophia, I use ZocDoc. We use ZocDoc. You should freaking use it too, guys. Use ZocDoc.
So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/OKOP to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today.
That's ZocDoc.com/OKOP, ZocDoc.com/OKOP. Let's get back into the show.
Update. I went back and forth about whether or not to actually respond to Best Friend after the responses to this post. I had some really lovely comments telling me not to give it the time of day, but I also had some people explaining that I deserve a reason for not being invited. Well, I've decided not to respond to her message. I feel the best outcome for me is to protect my peace and move on to better friendships that bring value and happiness to my life. I'm thankful for the years of friendship I did have with her, but I feel it's definitely time to let it go. And ultimately, if the roles were reversed, I would have never treated her in this way. I have reminisced on the years leading up to all of this and came to a conclusion that it was very one-sided for a large portion of the time we've been friends. I would send birthday cards or even gifts if I could afford to do so for them and their kids, and sometimes it wouldn't even come with a thank you. I never expected anything in return, of course, but it has solidified the fact it was mainly me making the effort with the friendship toward the end. I'm sorry to disappoint anyone who was waiting on a more dramatic outcome, but I'm also thankful to those of you who took the time to give some great advice and comment some really sweet responses. Just to clarify a couple of things, no, I never did receive an invitation. She didn't ask for an updated address, nor did she inform me that she'd sent one. I was told the wedding would be towards the end of May, but when I saw the photos on Facebook, it was near the end of April, so the wedding date had changed without my knowledge. It's possible she was hurt by my moving countries, but considering I already didn't live near her and hadn't done for quite some time, I can't see that being the main reason for this. No disagreements or incidents between us took place to warrant any of this either, so it really was a complete mystery to me. I've had some really nice messages from some people on here offering friendships or advice, to which has been lovely, and I thank you guys for being so kind. Ultimately, I decided I'm worth more, and I didn't want to carry on a friendship with someone who could treat me in that manner, nor do I want to drag out any more drama with her when the friendship has clearly been over for a long time. And that is the end of that story.
Slow clap.
Yeah. Slow clap.
Yes. Why waste my time on someone who is not going to invest time and love back into me?
No. Cut it out.
That part. Cut it out. Get it out of here. Out of my face.
Don't even want to look at it.
Gone.
Gone.
Be gone.
I want to be a baby, and my object permanence of that friendship is just, it doesn't exist. You know?
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Maybe one of your better references.
Thank
ever.
you. Wow.
By the
Thanks.
way,
What?
you want some worms?
I want some more.
Riley, we have to stop the episode right now to talk about something.
Oh no.
There are 126,000 people that are starving for good content.
I know those people.
They're subscribed to our channel.
Yeah, those people.
However, tragically, they do not have a membership to see all of our members exclusive live stream.
Are you serious? So you're saying 126,000 people aren't seeing our members only content?
That's right, but there is a solution to cure this tragic plague.
Tell us, don't wait.
You can get our members only streams on Mondays and Fridays by becoming a member.
Yeah.
And join us during the episode recording stream where we record our episodes in advance and you get to be immortalized in the content. Just click the join button down here on the YouTube video or the link in the description. Let's get back to it. Am I the a-hole for telling my husband's girl best friend she can't host my baby shower?
Why is she hosting your baby shower?
I see ICUs all over this title, and this is to answer the question, when is it necessary to confront a friend? A question that could be pasted at the end of stories that could help our hosts remember to ask them at the end.
I can only do so much.
Okay, lies. This comes from Pollution Fryer 2939, who says, I, 22 female, and my husband, 23 male, got married young. I was 18, he was 19. Both of us knew we always wanted to get married and start a family young. I started college 2 years ago, and he just graduated with a Bachelor of Biomedical Science. Pretty good. My husband has a girl best friend, a 23 female, who I'll call Sam.
Not another Sam.
Sam.
Sam's just salmon all over the place.
Just salmon all over the place. Who he met in college. Both of them grew up Baptist, and while he's left the church, they had a very similar childhood and bonded quite quickly. Despite what you might be thinking, her and I get along really well.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I'll believe it when I see it.
That's right. I want the proof.
Want the proof.
She and I liked the same music.
Yeah.
And we were both studying in relatively the same fields, so she became a friend of mine as well. There were no quotes. I just put that on there for sillies. Since I found out I was pregnant, though, some issues have started to arise.
You know.
Have we triggered the crazy?
Uh-oh.
We announced our pregnancy on social media after we told our parents. Sam texted my husband a congrats text and then told him to pass on her well wishes to me. She's been texting him nonstop with baby advice and what she likes to call advice for mama, which includes sometimes relatively targeted jabs at what I should eat.
Why is she sending? Presumably she does not have a baby.
Yes.
I'm thinking they're around the same age if they're
They're
going
both
through
23.
classes. Yeah. So I would be kind of annoyed if
maybe she
someone
does
who
have a
also has-
baby.
Okay, well maybe she
we don't
does.
know for sure.
If she does have a baby, it makes more sense. But if she doesn't have a baby and she's just sending kind of unsolicited advice that presumably, I don't know, maybe she found on like Wikipedia.
What are you doing? Honestly, I kept brushing these texts off, but it got to a point where the conversations were less about the baby and more about me, which I was getting increasingly uncomfortable with because she wasn't texting me. She was texting my husband.
What?
Yeah, all the things that she's mentioning, she's like, oh yeah, she should, be eating more broccoli and she should stop eating ice cream. That's so bad. She's texting that to the husband only.
Icky.
Not even a group chat. Not even the
Icky,
decency to
especially
have a
because
group
they're
chat.
friends. Why would you be texting?
Hello. My husband acknowledged this and he just started to show them to me and ask what I wanted him to do. I told him just to ignore them. When I announced I was having a baby shower and sent out the invites, I received a text from none other than Sam. Sam.
What does she want?
She said something along the lines of wanting to host my baby shower and set it up.
What?
I own your baby shower. This belongs to me. I will do this. This is mine.
That's so strange. That's so strange.
When you stopped texting him and sending it to the husband, these little jabs.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
No.
No.
I told her politely that my mom was planning on hosting it with the help of my sister and that it was a special moment for them and I wouldn't want to take that away. Well, Sam ignored that message because the next day she came over and insisted we start working out arrangements for the venue.
That's even weirder. Sam is weird. Why are you doing that?
I told her once again my mom and sister were hosting it, and she told me that she could take her advice and let her plan it because she'd ensure that the baby shower would be better if she planned it, particularly because she'd been working on the menu. Guys,
she's been working on
she's
the menu.
She's been thinking about the crudité.
John, you don't understand. She's been working on the menu.
The caviar.
Yeah.
The accoutrement.
She's got like a bunch of different courses. There's gonna be the
hors d'oeuvres.
There's gonna be baby greens.
Baby greens.
There's gonna be
baby quiches. Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Whether it was pregnancy hormones or just bottled up rage, I told her that the jab she'd been making at me behind my back about my diet during this pregnancy to my husband are really annoying, and that no, she cannot host this shower, and from now on her unsolicited advice was not appreciated, especially if she can't say it to my face.
Yeah.
Say it to my face.
Tell her.
That night, my husband's phone blew up with messages from Sam saying that he had no right to show her those messages and that they were just supposed to be health tips because Sam was studying nutritional science and only wanted to help her best friend and ensure a happy baby in life.
That's so funny. You have no right to show her the texts that are about her and our advice for her.
Yeah. How dare you? How freaking dare you? Honestly, I don't know. I know she had somewhat good intentions, and she's been a good friend to my husband and me. So am I the a-hole? We have some relevant comments, but let's stop right here.
Stop, drop, and roll.
I'm rolling right to saying that OP is not the a-hole.
I'm gonna roll right in there with you.
Yep.
And say, OP, you're not the a-hole.
But
Sam's a stinker.
Yeah, this Sam character.
This quote-unquote Sam character.
Is not it.
I don't like him.
Not it. My newly updated conspiracy theory is that Sam was biding her time, or she always had these it was very undercurrent, underlying feelings
trying to usurp the throne,
feeling these feelings for Opie's husband. And as soon as the baby showed up, that was when it was like, okay, now I need to really start weaseling my way. At first through innocent means of, I'll give you nutritional advice for the baby. And then it's like, wait a second, I'm giving you all the advice. Maybe I should mother the baby myself. Whose donation dance is this?
Oh,
you all decide. We have this.
I did it earlier for Daddy Jesse.
Yeah.
We had was this one?
Oh no, I thought it was the carry the baby, right? Ooh.
I think that was King Frederick's. No.
Yeah, maybe this can be King Frederick for a crown. Ooh. Anyways, but I can see that. This Sam is definitely the a-hole.
Yeah.
And should they go no contact with Sam? I'm personally right now leaning more towards
no contact.
That because
or just towards
stepping. Maybe it's
low
stepping
to
back.
no.
Low. Maybe it's low contact where it's like, hey, I'm not blocking you,
but your behavior is not okay.
Yeah,
you need to sort that out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gone.
This person has been a good friend at minimum to the husband thus far, but it's like she hasn't directly talked crap about OP, but no, it's there. It's there.
I think
it's
just
totally
saying
there.
You're being too controlling.
Yes.
You either are you're either gonna fix your attitude or you're gone.
Do we actually? So do we tell her those things, or do you kind of just slowly kind of?
I think that if this is the husband's good longtime best friend, then I think he could have that conversation. Say, hey,
I agree with that.
These are the facts.
That's the only one she wants to talk to, anyways.
Too freaking bad.
Tough. Anyways, guys, we have more relevant comments here.
Oh, relevant. How relevant?
Dux McQuacker says, not the a-hole. Sam overstepped massively to the point where it's clear that she has more than platonic feelings for your husband. If Sam truly was your friend, she would 1, directly text you, 2, listen to you, 3, understand that advice doesn't have to be taken, 4, not make this about her, and 5, not be upset when you get shown the advice that's meant for you. That is such a great point. Why'd you show her this advice that I'm trying to...
Yeah, that I'm trying to
then
give
why
her.
send the advice? It's clear that Sam doesn't understand that there needs to be boundaries in the friendship. You and your husband have to be firm about what those boundaries are. This can't be a you thing or a him thing. You have to be united on this.
United front.
However, though, Sophia's earlier point, I think that maybe be united on the stance, but have the husband, I think this is kind of the husband's realm to speak upon.
Yeah, if he even wants to maintain this.
If they even want to maintain the, because I think again it's like, okay, if she's been such a good for you for all this time, I think like, hey, if you could like talk to her about it because you have the closer friendship, but also be the one, because you're closer, also be the one to tell her like, hey, we need to put some boundaries in place.
Calm it down.
Simmer down.
Simmer yourself down because you're bubbling over.
But we have an update, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, everyone. First, I just want to thank you for all your support. Truly, it means the world. Hubby and I phoned Sam today and talked to her about the issues we were having with how she was acting.
Slay, this is exactly what we said.
There we go. Well, they both did, which is low-key kind of ultimately it is kind of better. I don't think it's like OP's duty, but it's good that they're doing it together.
Yeah. Well, and in the sense that we said to talk to her first.
Indeed. I explained that I was very uncomfortable with the fact that she had been texting my husband, not me, about my pregnancy and eating habits, and that when she assumed she would be granted secrecy and she wasn't, she got mad. Sam explained that in the moment, it seemed like a good idea not to text me directly in case she overstepped and made me mad. So she was hoping that if she explained things to my husband, he would be able to relay that info to me casually. Do we believe her? I mean, it does sound plausible.
Yeah, could be true.
Because I think there could be instances where it's like, hey, you're closer to this person. I
just felt more comfortable bringing it to my friend.
Hey, like, here's the thing. I think it'll be helpful, but let me pass it to you so you can be the judge of if it should be shared and how it should be shared.
That's true. Did she ever, maybe I'm misremembering, did she ever send anything to OP directly?
Not about the pregnancy and stuff.
Okay.
She assured me that she just wanted to help protect and nurture the baby. And to that, I said that this isn't her baby. Ooh. Yeah, that last sentence. She wanted to make sure she protected and matured it. That sounds like
she's trying to step in.
Sounds like this, trying to wiggle in. I am perfectly capable of making sure the baby is healthy. She apologized and explained that she truly only thought she was doing something.
Well, it worked.
Husband and I explained we are just going to distance ourselves a bit. Because the situation had not only made me uncomfortable, husband also said that he needs to focus on his wife right now and Sam needs to take a back seat.
Okay, W husband.
Another good point.
W husband.
I don't think she was overly happy with this, but she said, okay. She asked if she was still invited to the baby shower, and hubby said it may be best that she skips it, but I explained if she wants her invitation, it's still valid. And she is welcome.
Okay, but I honestly love that response because the husband is showing that he's taking his wife's side over the best friend.
Yes.
And also then giving OP the opportunity to say, you know what, actually, no, I'm okay with her coming. I think that was the exact correct response.
Do I hear a W husband?
I think we hear a W husband.
Guys, W husbands in the chat. Sam did text me after the phone call asking if we could meet for coffee, so I am seeing her tomorrow.
Okay.
I will update you guys on how that goes. Honestly, I think she was just misguided. She's not a bad person at heart. Thanks. We have more. So the husband responds, hello, husband here. I won't give out my name for privacy reasons, but I managed to convince my wife to allow me to come to here and post after reading all your comments, which thank you for all the kind and not so kind words. My wife and I love each other very much, and for that reason, we are deciding to go low contact on something that could possibly jeopardize her mental health, that being his wife's. I do not want to put her under any undue stress. And honestly, Sam is not and will never be more important than my wife. W husband.
W's.
I don't really know what else to say to let out a little secret. My wife has been loving how kind and supportive you all have been and call up pregnancy hormones, but she's starting to tear up a little. Aw. Also, yes, I have read comments about Sam and I. Laughing emoji. No, I haven't, won't, and will never. Wouldn't dream of cheating on my wife. Husband and soon-to-be dad, out.
Freaking fragrant fellow.
Oh.
The fragrantest of fellows.
Gee, do I want a literal expert who does this for a living and has many people who can attest to their success and knowledge, or to you looking up facts in your general nutritional
and you
program?
haven't even finished school yet. I don't know. It's pretty difficult.
What is... All right. Well,
but we do have another story.
Hit us.
Am I the a-hole for not inviting my husband's friend's wife? And again, this is to answer the question of when is it necessary to confront. So Dole Tangerine says, there have been strong opinions regarding this situation. So I'm needing outside perspective to determine if I am the a-hole. Recently, a group of us went on a trip. Fake names for clarity. The group consisted of my husband, Nathan, 29 male, myself, 27 female, my husband's best friend, Lenny, 29 male, Lenny's wife, Cassie, 25 female, and 2 of Lenny's male friends, 22 male and 31 male.
I am on the case.
You're on the case.
I'm gonna let their relevance become known and jot that in as we go.
Lenny and Nathan have been best friends since grade school and talk weekly. Cassie and myself are friends by association and talk maybe 1 to 2 times per year. Not close, but we get along fine. I have noticed she's a bit clingy. The guys golfed every morning on the trip, leaving Cassie and I to entertain ourselves. We did brunch and hung out by the pool daily. When asked if there was anything Cassie was interested in doing on the trip, she said no, she wanted to enjoy the pool. Noted. Events that led to my decision. Number 1, I asked about going to the mall. She said yes. We arrive and I noticed she didn't look around, but instead hovered. I asked if she wanted to shop anywhere in particular. She said no and continued to stand next to me. Felt bad for suggesting this idea when she clearly wasn't into it and went home shortly after. Number 2, miniature golf was a scheduled group activity. Mind you, it's outdoors in Arizona in July.
No.
That is hot.
Run away.
That is
What are you
too
doing?
hot.
You're an idiot.
Why are you outdoors in Arizona in July?
You should just unfriend whoever had that idea. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's honestly
no,
what
I
you're
have
doing.
family in Arizona, and I was like, I would love to visit you, and they were like, not this summer.
Yeah. that's
Don't
not the
come
move.
this summer.
Also, look, you can see my legs.
I said that I would not be participating due to having my baby and not wanting my baby in the heat for hours. Yeah. I went with the group to the mini golf location and mentioned I might pop over to TJ, a little Target action. Oh, wait, sorry, that's the wrong TJ.
That's
Target, TG. To Target for the AC until they were finished. Then we would have dinner as planned. Cassie said, ah, it's on me.
Cassie said, ah. I was about to say, wow, your acting skills are really, really coming in handy here. It's like,
Where did it come from?
you're really selling that character over
Where
there.
did it come from?
Ah, it's okay. Sophia is pressed about the ants. They're not great,
Okay.
I will admit.
Cassie said, if you go, come find me and I can go too. I'll admit that I was looking forward to just browsing and recharging my social battery with just my baby and I. I realized Cassie is the person that will say yes to anything even if she isn't truly interested. The am I the a-hole situation happened near the end of the trip. The group was lounging in the pool and I briefly mentioned that I wanted to go thrifting. Spouse confirmed keeping the baby. He texted and asked if I invited her. I said no, I kind of want time to myself. And that was it. I headed out and came back 2 hours later to an angry mob. Cassie made a comment about how she must have missed her invite. I asked if she enjoyed thrifting. She said no, but I still would have gone. I mentioned that I would have felt bad making her wait on me doing something that I enjoy, but she does not. She continued to push and was clearly offended. I'll admit that I purposely did not extend the invite given the recent mall experience and knowing she would have said yes to going thrifting. To sum it up, I took heat from the group the rest of the evening about how I was wrong for not inviting her, and it wasn't about whether or not she enjoyed thrifting, it was the principle of not inviting her. My spouse said I should have let her know my plan, but informed her I want alone time. That seems more offensive in my opinion. So am I the a-hole? And there are 2 edits
Whoa.
But maybe we hear from you.
Yes, I want to make sure because I realized while I was writing things down that I might not be comprehending as much.
Yes.
So here, right? Gotta get this.
I was also going to say maybe for friendship, it can be like a zigzag.
Yes. I just
but
freestyled
right
some
now,
of the lines because
it's okay. It's
yes.
okay.
So
we're expanding.
We have OP and OP's husband Nathan.
Yes.
Right? And basically Lenny and
husband's best friend
and Cassie, Lenny's wife.
Yes.
It seemed like Cassie was being kind of annoying, right?
Well,
and Lenny was co-signing that BS.
Co-signing the annoying. Well, it seems like they were all having fun and OP was doing had some other
let me get some air conditioning or whatever, and she's like, no, you have to be here. What are you doing? Get
it
over
just
here.
seems like they keep making OP take Cassie wherever she's going.
Yes.
Which is, I don't think that's OP's kind of job.
Literally not at all.
Yeah. They're like, you have to, just the fact that OP was like, hey, I just want some alone time. I'm going to go thrifting by myself.
Yeah.
And they were like, how dare you not take Cassie? But like, it would be a totally different story if the whole group went and OP didn't invite Cassie. That would be different. But this is, OP's going on her own.
She wants alone. She just wants some alone time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Cassie's being annoying by always trying to go in, and her and Lenny are being like, why are you such an a-hole?
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And like the whole friend group kind of, right?
Yeah. Icky.
Duper duper icky.
Let's read these two edits.
Let's do it.
Edit 1. I appreciate the feedback. I've spent the last few days self-reflecting and trying to decide if I truly am an a-hole that lacks self-awareness. I see several comments regarding my husband, so this is where he stands on the issue. His defense is that he was loyal to the decision, not the person. He looked at it from a morally right versus wrong stance. I was upset with him for knowing I needed me time after too much socialization and not acknowledging it in front of his friends. He states it wasn't fair for me to put him in a situation to defend me. She didn't put you in a situation. She literally said, hey, I need some me time. I'm going to go thrifting. Edit 2. Has 6 parts. Number 1. The trip was 4.5 days in Scottsdale, which nobody has been to before. It was unexplored territory for everyone.
New horizon.
Is, hot there. Number 2, the guys had a tea time every morning and were home by 12 to 1 p.m. So I spent every morning 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. with Cassie and my baby. Number 3, I spent 0 time by myself except for the 2 hours I left to go thrifting. Number 4, no other wives or babies were there. Number 5, brunch in the morning was Cassie's idea. Number 6, when I pulled the Irish goodbye, everybody was in the pool, including Cassie. It wasn't like I left her stranded with no car and no company.
And so they're all on this trip together in Scottsdale.
They're all on this trip together in Scottsdale for 4.5 days. The boys keep going off to go play golf, and OP and Cassie are left alone with OP's baby. And it seemed like this was the first day that the husband was going to take care of the baby. And so OP was like, you know what, I'm going to use this time to go off by myself.
Me time.
Yeah, which I think is totally fair. I think me time is a very valid thing when you're spending just all of your time with one person.
I think it's completely invalid. And how dare you want to take any time for yourself to recharge?
And there you have it, folks.
You should be draining your battery 24/7.
24/7.
So that way you can please other people. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Point blank period.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. That's
this is John's opinion.
That's right. John's
boy,
facts.
oh boy. Tony Spiliakos. Wait. Tony
Spiliakos?
Spiliakos.
Yeah, that's probably better.
Says Nathan missed the part of his vows when he promised to honor and cherish OP, Cassie.
No, yeah. It's like I promised to honor and cherish my wife's friend who's annoying and
he's like, what do you mean I have to defend you? What the heck? It's so annoying.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah. I don't like it. But there is another comment that Riley found. Comment. Sticky Web says, how exactly did you come back to everyone being mad? She's there with Lenny, her boyfriend, correct? Not stranded and alone. And then OP responds, I returned, left my shopping bag in the car, walked out onto the pool deck to a slow clap from the group with comments such as, welcome back. How was thrifting? Must have missed my invite. Did you get anything good? Cassie was not very happy. I was getting more mad by the minute.
Jeez.
Everyone was still outside in the pool / on the pool deck where I left them 2 hours prior. She was not stranded and alone. She also had access to a vehicle. I understand voicing my intentions could have saved some of the trouble.
So
No.
OP didn't say like, oh, hey, she kind of just
OP
like
told
dipped
her boyfriend or her husband, sorry.
That's enough.
She said, hey, I need some alone time, so I'm going to go here. And he said, did you invite Cassie? And she said, no, because I want the me time.
Yeah. I think like the only thing, if she hadn't have told anyone, it could have been like, oh, we're just like confused as where you were, which I think is, it's like you tell someone like, oh, hey, I'm just going here for whatever.
Yeah, that would have been different.
Which
but
is
like
good,
the fact that she told the boyfriend or the husband.
She told the husband who can tell everyone else.
You can tell everyone else.
The end.
What do you mean you have to, you're put in a position where you have to defend? You literally are put in a position where you just have to relay information.
Yeah, babe, I don't want to like talk. I just want to like sit in the pool and like hit balls with my boys on the golf course. That's like all I want to do, and you're taking that away from me.
What the heck? Also, I think it's just kind of weird that it is such a big deal anyway, because they were all having fun in the pool. Like, did they not like Cassie either? Were they trying to pawn her off?
I think that's it, because they think of
They
it.
were-
They've been
they were
having
like, "We're
boys
at
time
boys
this whole
time."
time. Then they're like, oh,
We're
Cassie
hanging out
is
with
out here hanging
Lenny's
with us.
wife. Oh, boys time.
Boys time.
Boys
You take-
time all the time.
You
That's
taking
what I
our
say.
boys time, babe.
You're taking it for boys time because you wanna thrift. But that's the end of that story.
Okay, let's get a caller on the line. Who has dealt with annoying friends or bad partners?
Yeah.
Ooh, here we go. I'm super excited. I cannot
Josephine
read those, by
Madolo
the way.
Berquist says, I have been in a one-sided friendship and blocked them everywhere and ending it. And unless someone else wants to call in, I'm up for it.
Well, there we go. Josephine Madalo,
Woo!
welcome to the show. We heard that you had a bad friendship story. Could you give us the quick breakdown and what you did to this bad friend?
Well, basically, we used to talk for hours every day and all of that, and she basically had me go into debt, but that's a whole other thing.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Noted.
She was talking shit about another group of friends that I have gotten. And this was in late 2020 and 2021.
Right.
And I, talked to them a lot. And she was like, oh, you don't make any time for me, yada, yada, yada. And, she started talking about lies that people had made up about my friends and me. And it was through the new group of friends that I realized that, oh, this actually isn't a good friend. She took advantage of the fact that I have a hard time saying no, so I let her borrow money, buy things in my name, and all of that stuff. Oh, I honestly don't know.
Okay.
I had to get someone else to take care of all of that.
Oh man, that is awful.
That's
Okay,
awful.
so your friend does all this, basically steals from you, which is taking all this stuff, not compensating you back for it. What was the kind of like final resolution? Did you leave the friendship, and if so, how? Like what happened?
Well, we had a fight over Messenger because we were internet friends. Anyway, so we had this fight, and I was like, she basically gave me the ultimatum: it's me or it's them. And I decided to just, you know what, I'm gonna let her calm down and see if she wants to reach back out to me, but she never did. And as I looked through all of our past messages, I noticed I was always the one who messaged her, how are you? Are you okay? All of that. And she actually never did that once.
Yeah.
And we had been friends for a couple of years.
Sometimes it takes the big, crappy, insane blow up to show you who the great real friend, aka you, was, and who the crappy friend was,
aka her,
aka them. And like we said in we referenced a story earlier where someone did something very similar with their partner, their romantic partner, where they're like, "Hey, listen, if you want to make things right, then do it. Be proactive and like actually put in some effort." And the same thing happened. The person never did. So, Josephine, I think you handled that with both style and grace. And class. The dono dance. Here, Josephine. Let's throw the Josephine dono dance in here. Josephine, thank you so much for sharing your story. And have a great rest of your day.
Thank you for having me. Second time.
Of course. See you. Bye.
Yeah, no, that's bad friend.
Well, there we have, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's also look at the question that is usually at the beginning of stories, but we'll bring to the end of them, which is just subbing Sophia the whole stream. When is it necessary to confront a friend?
When they steal your money.
When they steal your money, for sure.
Like,
it's kind of like, where's the line? You know,
stealing money line.
Stealing money. That's pretty. What's something right on the cusp of the line? Maybe them being kind of like a little rude to you, or just like out of rude, kind of rude and kind of out of character. That could be either chalked up to a bad day.
Yeah.
And you're like, let me have some empathy for them. Maybe they're going
But
through
it's like months.
Yeah. How long? So if they were like kind of moody and kind of out of character, how long could they be out of character? Months?
2 months.
I would say probably after like a week or so, I'd be like, okay.
After a week of moodiness?
Not like cutting them off, but like, hey, is everything okay?
Oh, I think you meant cutting
But yeah,
them
actually,
off.
Let's talk cutting them off.
Sorry. If you after a
point.
week, I'd be like, hey, we need to talk about that,
and then if they, I feel like probably around the 1 month mark is like, I don't know if this is gonna.
You're like, what are we?
What are we?
After the 1 month mark.
Who are you?
Who are you?
What
you're not my friends.
are we?
Yeah.
Yes. Olivia Grace, especially if they steal your chicken money.
So
shout out
true.
To, dude, what a deep cut reference.
Shout out to chicken money, man.
Hashtag eat out the rich.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow. Bing, 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 bing.